Hey guys, I'm Andrea, and today we're gonna put to the test these two waterproof SPFs. On this side, I'm gonna do the Heliocare 360 Age Active Fluid, and on this side, I'm gonna do the R&R Sun Serum. Both of them are broad spectrum SPFs, but this one is chemical and this one is physical. They're both SPF 50. This one has a rating of PA++++. This one is not rated in PA. So yeah, so we're gonna put them to the test and see how they do. Because I'm gonna go swimming later on today, I'm just gonna put them on. We'll talk as I put them on. They're both quite liquidy, but you can hear this one more than you can hear this one. They're both liquidy, and like I said, they're both waterproof or water resistant, I should say. They're not really waterproof. They're water resistant. This one says water and sweat resistant. This one says water resistant. This is 40 minutes, but this one does not say how much. Not that it really matters. I mean, the more the better, of course, because that means it lasts longer and you can stay in sun, or you're protected more in sun with a bigger, oops, that was liquidy. Should have just put it on. Okay, hold on. I kind of, when I do comparison like this, I think yes, I did. I put it on myself. Great. When I do these, I just like to go with both at the same time, just so that we can actually see the difference. Okay, here we go. Even though this one seemed quite liquid when I shook it, since like this one actually is running faster down, I'm gonna put a mirror here so I can actually see down there. But anyways, the coloring. So this one, both of them are kind of tinted. This one is more of a tint, as you can see. This one is less of a tint, kind of like a lighter. This one feels much more fluid on the skin than this one. But keep in mind that this is physical SPF and this is a chemical. Usually the chemical SPFs are definitely more elegant, more liquidy, less heavy, and that actually makes a big difference. Not on the wear, because wear is different from product to product, but on the feel of it. So I always go underneath my eyes, on the top of my eyes. I kind of go across my eyebrows as well. And yeah, so let's see how it actually does. I'm gonna probably put a little more. I'm not sure if I want to go on my neck. Well, I'll do that. But it's a very very comfortable feel. So both of them are quite liquidy, which makes them move very easily on the skin. There's no tag so far. We'll see later as it starts to dry. I'm gonna put a little more of the Heliocare towards my neck, and of course the R&R next as well. In the middle. And I know that my swimsuit is gonna come all the way up here or a little higher. Kind of has a little bit of a bend here, so I don't need that much. But yeah, I'm actually excited to see how each of them do compared to each other, because I've worn both of them swimming, and they both held up good. Now I can tell you that I feel a little type of activeness on this side. Maybe my skin is a little more sensitive. And because it's a chemical sunscreen, I can actually feel it. It doesn't really hurt, it just, I can feel something, you know, like a little tingle or something like that. All right, I think it's, let me make sure that it's spread really good everywhere. I think I did this good here. Definitely want to go ahead and move all the way to the hairline, like go in there really well, especially here. Sometimes I miss the middle of it because my hands come together, but kind of go like these, and the corner here doesn't get covered. But yeah, sounds like it's mixed pretty good. Okay, so I can tell a difference in color for sure. I'm gonna go ahead and just put them on my hands, the rest of it. So let's look. Color wise, This one definitely is darker, of course, because the tint was darker. I'm gonna kind of maybe put a little swatch here, not a lot. And then this one here, since that's how I have them on my skin. So here goes the R&R. And here goes the Heliocare. You can tell how much more, like, not oily, but it feels kind of oily on the skin as you put it on. It dries out quite good, but it definitely feels a little oily on the skin. I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of mix them up so that we can see actually how it does. I think I put more of the Heliocare on because it has a hard time moving. Okay, now this one is already kind of starting to dry out, and this one is still kind of liquidy. I'm gonna maybe take a bit off. It looks, yeah, this one kind of lost itself in the color of my hand, and this one kind of stands up a bit, but that's because of the color, you know. But it looks really, really oily right now, both of them. I think it's pretty warm in the house too, so I'm gonna put the AC on and I'm gonna let it sit for like 10 to 20 minutes, and then I'll come back and we'll see how it actually does after it's kind of sets on its own. So this is the initial look. Very shiny both sides. Definitely more coverage on this side than this one. It looks like I have like a tan on this side versus this side. It matches my skin. It's not like it's darker, but it definitely, because this one has a lighter coverage, lighter as in color, it definitely stands out. So I will see you in about 10 to 20 minutes. Hey guys, it's been like 20 minutes since I put the sunscreens on side by side, Heliocare and R&R, and let's look and see how it actually did in this 20 minutes. So looking at them, they're still quite shiny, but the R&R seems to be shinier than the Heliocare. It's definitely more luminous, more shiny. It's not greasy, yeah, it's not greasy. It's actually quite drying to the touch. It doesn't feel dry, but it definitely has more of a shine than the Heliocare. So the color still is the same. So this one is like darker and this one is lighter. This one has more of a, I don't know, color in it, color correction, I guess, I don't know, but this one does not. But as far as pores size, because this one is so much more shinier than this one, it seems like my pores show more on this side than this one. I kind of like the look of this one better than this one, just because of it. So here's the R&R versus the Heliocare. So yeah, I don't know which one you prefer, but I feel like this one is like doing better. As far as feel wise, they both feel the same, even though this one looks more shiny. This is my lips. Yeah, and yeah, this one is the forehead, I guess. But doesn't really stick to it much. Oh, I just got something there. Doesn't really stick too much to the skin. A little bit here, there we go. So I guess this one would be a little more sticky, but not much really. Very, very little difference. But the most difference that I see is naturally in shininess, which is this one, more shiny than this one, and in color. So if you are light, this will do really nice, but if you're like darker, I feel like this one will feel but look much lighter on your skin. It'll be like a white cast, to where this one will blend in better. So to where you're medium or darker, will definitely you know, look better on your skin. Now these are just the only tints that they come in. They are not different tints. So with that being said, you know, you might prefer one versus another. Yeah, but this is how they look right now. I don't know, I feel like I want to put a powder on, but I'm not sure if I want to really put a powder on. Let me show you the eyes actually, because I did see that. So as far as settlement, you can see this one here more than this one. It also could be because this is lighter and you can see the gathering there more than this one, but it also could be because this one really hasn't, it might just not be gathering. It doesn't look like it's much. It's very faint line over there, like where my things go. So I'm just gonna smooth up bits of it, a bit of it there, and then we'll see how it does. But yeah, they just look good, you know. I am not one to go for like shine, so usually I mattify with a powder, but I might just leave it be just to, you know, test it like this, just a sunscreen. So if you're not a makeup wearer and you just want sunscreen when you go swimming and all that, even though I can tell you that powder foundation actually locks in your sunscreen and it keeps it there longer, but I'll just do it today just like this, you know what, because I've done with the powder, so we'll just see the difference, how it actually looks. So here's this one, and I'm gonna just leave it be. I might just do eyes, maybe a mascara and some eyebrows. Let's look at the eyebrows though first. There's really no settlement in any of them, which is really nice, because a lot of times, especially with physical sunscreens, I get settlement in like my eyebrows there, especially because of the zinc oxide kind of acts chalky. There's nothing in my eyebrows other than the sunscreen and my skincare before that. So, but let's look. There's really no settlement in any of them. I wouldn't expect it from this one because it's a chemical, so it usually blends really easily. But this one, I would expect it because of it. But yeah, there's none. No settlement in there, no settlement there. But it does look lighter here, of course, and more dark here. So yeah, with that being said, this concludes the 20 minutes. And I will be back after I swim for 2 hours, maximum 3. To actually see how it looks. I'm not gonna be outside until I go swimming, so this is not gonna really mess with that, but I'll show you how it actually looks after swimming, and then we'll reapply, and then we'll see how it looks after that, because you know, when you're at the beach or you're at the pool the whole day, you definitely want to reapply 2 to 3 hours max in. Now this one says 40 minutes, but I mean, do you really do it every 40 minutes? I don't know. Maybe if you're in the water for that much, but even then, I mean, 40 minutes is very little for you to reapply this, but if you towel dry though, definitely do it. Hey guys, I've been in the water for quite a while now. Look how the sunscreen is just beating on top. I mean, the water is beating on top of the sunscreen. It's just because it's waterproof, of course. Well, water resistant, I should say. Water sweat resistant, so it's not really soaking in. It's like beating and then kind of running off. You see that? Both sides. So far, both of them are holding up pretty well. It is a little more cloudy now. That's why I can actually be without the sunglasses. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to. I'm testing some mascara, so that's why you're seeing a nice mist down there underneath there. So anyways, this is it for now. See you later. Hey guys, 2 hours in the water and 2 hours before water, and let's see how my sunscreen looks like. So because I've been there for 2 hours, I am going to reapply. I'm gonna reapply with you now. Now my face is dry, has dried since I was outside. I dunked my face in the water, not my head because I don't like that, but I did dunk my face just to show you how it actually looks and how it holds off, because not everybody, you know, stays above water with their face. Also I have it up here too on my neck, so yeah, I'm gonna, like I said, go ahead and reapply. I'm gonna shake a bit. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna shake a bit just to remix. I shook a little bit earlier too. Yeah, Heliocare on this side. I'm gonna go like this. I might have put a little bit, you know what, I'm gonna put a little bit on the hand because I might have put a tiny bit too much. And then I'm gonna go on the other half with R&R. which I'm gonna do right now. So much easier to go with both hands at the same time. I need a little bit more here. See how liquidy that is? You definitely want to make sure you cover really well if you're gonna go back in the water, which I am actually. So I know it's kind of hard to do this like this, but I'll do my best. Back to my floof, my hair back there. Let's see if it applies really well, if it really applies well, or if it's, you know, getting all icky. Now, because I was in the water and I got a bunch of water on, when it dried, it really was no particles, so I wasn't really needing, I didn't need to blot or anything, but I suggest that if you reapply and you have makeup on or not been in the water, just tap your face with anything that will just blot the oils off or the particles of whatever that you may have, and then go in with more sunscreen. You definitely don't want to mix in there all kinds of particles or all kinds of stuff. So yeah, let's see. Definitely much drier feeling now than it was before when I first put it. Maybe because my face is a little drier from the sun and from the water. It's salted water, so that's actually good for you. All right, so let's see here. Okay, I think I did a pretty good job at spreading it around. Again, I can see the difference. I think it's even more pronounced now that I put a double coat, or a double layer from what it was before. So I'm gonna just mix this on my hands now before I go in. So let's see. Definitely the shine is back. It's not as much as it was at the beginning when I first applied it. And it's just the beginning, so in like 10 minutes we'll set even more, 10-15 minutes, but of course I'm not gonna sit here and wait. Maybe I'll just wait for like 5 minutes and then I'll go back in there. I think we'll see. But let's see. Yep, same story, darker here, lighter here. You can tell like really good now because like I said, it's double, so you can really tell. It's like I'm a different person. There is no peeling though. My mascara is, you know, kind of coming off, but that's a different story. No peeling, no really settling in the hair. There's a tiny bit of like lighter residue here, which is surprising because this is the chemical one, but you know, it's just lighter. So yeah, it's a little bit of a white cast towards there, but not really. I mean, yes, comparing to the other, much more, but it's really not that visible on my skin tone. Let's see. Shininess seems to be the same, like both of them seem to be the same, though maybe still this one a little more. And I kind of feel like my pores are showing more on this side than they are on this side. What do you think? I'm gonna come close. This one covered more my hyperpigmentation here and here too, because it's like a darker coverage color. But yeah, oh, I have got a chunk there that I did not spread. That's pretty good. Okay, but yeah, actually looks good. Either or would do good. Individual, of course, not half and half, because you can really see the difference, but on their own they each do good. So I'm gonna just go ahead and go on with my day. I'm gonna be in the pool for at least an hour, I'd say, So we'll see what happens. We're gonna have some friends coming too, so maybe I'll stay a little longer. I don't know, we'll see. But when I'm done, I'm done. I'm gonna come back though at the end and I'll show you how it looks with all of that and how it did with reapplying and, you know, being in the water. I'm gonna dunk my face skin just to see how it actually does, you know, and we'll take it from there. Hey guys, the attic fan is on, so there's nothing I can do about that. So it's gonna be a little humming in the background. So it's been 2 more hours since I put the sunscreens back on. Went back into the pool. It was this and this. So I reapplied and then I was out for like 5 minutes trying to let it kind of settle in a little bit. I did not dunk my face in right away. I waited quite a bit to kind of let it sit a little bit and kind of set. But I was in there for about an hour maybe, and then we got out, and then we the girls and I took the dog for a walk, and then we watered our friend's garden because, you know, they're gone. So we took care of that, and then we came back, and here's what we are looking at. So it definitely looks less intense than what it was, the difference of the color, but you can still see it though. So there and there. There is no sunburn with these sunscreens. I did not wear my hat that I always wear. I always wear it, but I did not do it today for the sake of the video and for the sake of the testing the SPFs to kind of see them work really and not kind of be protected. I did have my sunglasses a lot of the time because it was really bright, and I cannot function with that sun as bright in my eyes. I just can't. It's just so, it makes my eyes so watery and so sensitive, and I just cannot do it. So anyways, this is what it's looking like. It's not like it was, not shiny. So I dunked my face in a bunch of times just to test it and kind of put it to work and see what it actually does when you're, you know, swimming and actually getting wet. So with these, I did not set anything other than the under eyes and the top of my eyes because of the mascara that I put on and that I'm testing. So I think it actually held up really good. Both of them held up really good. There's no hurt, it doesn't hurt, there's no sensitivity from the sun or the water. It hasn't really peeled off, it hasn't really moved. It sat really nicely in the neck as well. Yeah, both of them did amazing. I mean, you be the judge now, and if you're interested in one of them, or if you were interested now, you kind of know how they actually look, and also in comparison, because, you know, it's so much easier to see it when it's like side by side. Like when you're just doing it on its own, one product at a time, it does give you an idea of how it actually wears, but not compared to something else because the conditions are different. So it may be hotter one day than another day that you tested one product versus another. You might be doing something that requires more, like it makes you sweat a little more, or requires you to run, or I don't know, something. So that's gonna make the product act differently. But this, putting it like that side by side, it definitely gives you the best idea on how it wears, especially compared to each other. So yeah, I like both of them, you guys. I might have to say that I kind of like the lighter part better than the darker, maybe because I'm not into tanning anymore. Even though I do like a tanned look, I still kind of I'm liking the light and the fact that when I just put them both on, this one seemed less greasy or less oily, though it wasn't really oily. It was just a shine that showed through, just a yeah, the glass skin, I guess. But now on the other hand, I really like that this is a physical, because for my sensitive skin at times, or like not really sensitive, it's just more like acne prone there. For my acne prone, it actually, zinc works better than a chemical, but this one really didn't bother. It didn't give me any irritation, nothing. It worked really well around the eyes and everything. So yeah, with all that being said, guys, I think both of them are a winner. They both did really good. I did not get a sunburn, and that's the most important thing, actually, when you're, you know, going out in the sun. Whatever sunscreen that it is that you're gonna put on, just put it on and have it on. Now, Another thing that I wanted to bring out is this is reef safe, of course, reef safe, because it is a physical SPF. Now this one, I'm not sure if this is it, but I know that most chemical sunscreens are not reef safe. So if you're gonna go swim in like waters like that, I know that actually Hawaii banned, I want to say all of the chemical sunscreens. Don't quote me on that, but I know they banned a ton of them, and they do allow the physical ones, the mineral ones. So, you know, if you go to Hawaii, this is your guy. Anyways, guys, I hope that you enjoyed these. I hope that this has helped you to actually see how it acts and how it reacts throughout the whole day and swimming and all that. So if it did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below so that you don't miss out on videos like this one. Up until I see you guys next time, you take care.